Hey folks, this is Gregory Robinson, author of Time Machine, coming at you with our Wisdom Wednesday. And I wanted to talk about evaluation today and the practice of evaluation. George Santayana once said that those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And I think that's pretty wise words. We might have heard it said, those who don't study history are doomed to repeat it. But basically, we're talking about evaluation. We're talking about evaluating what's happened in the past to help us figure out how to do more, how to do better in the future. So, evaluation keeps us moving forward. It corrects mistakes and reduces future problems. It grades progress and it gauges what it is, what's working and what is not working. It keeps goal achievement within reach. History is always bound to repeat itself if we don't learn from it. It's necessary for progress for us to evaluate or be evaluated from time to time. And it gives us so much insight into time management and issues that we can avoid in the future. Athletes watch and study game film to see where improvements can be made. They evaluate and make adjustments to strategy and execution to better prepare for the next game. Employers evaluate performance on a yearly basis to help their employees grow and to correct areas where performance is lacking, and also to encourage where performance is actually they're doing well. The basis for evaluation is to identify areas that need improvement and embrace practices that have succeeded in the past. It was an interesting article I read this morning about Dr. Stephen Hawking passing. And I read a little bit of the article, and it talked about how he was diagnosed with ALS at 21, and he just died at 76. The doctors basically gave him a couple of years to live with this debilitating disease, but he stole over 50 years more. And actually, this was where he kind of became famous and had his big breakthroughs were in these time frames. So I thought it really interesting that he wrote a nice little quote from him. It wouldn't be much of a universe if it wasn't filled with the people that you love, or excuse me, if it wasn't home to the people that you loved. And I think what a great concept and what a great quote from him. At 21, I can only imagine Dr. Hawking getting diagnosed with this debilitating disease and how easy it would have been for him to reserve himself to live the 2 years that the doctors gave him out and just trying to enjoy himself and relax and just basically kind of give up. It would have been real easy, and I don't think anybody would have really looked down on him for viewing things that way. But the fact is, he went on and actually said, well, if I've got such a short life, then I've got a lot of work to do in a short amount of time. And he really kind of doubled down all his efforts. And that's where he made all these breakthroughs in the understanding of the universe. And basically, he evaluated that he had, like the doctors gave him, 2 years to live. And he had a lot he wanted to accomplish. So he was going to hurry up and get busy doing it. And I just think that's a pretty amazing story. The evaluation of what he had left to do and the time he had left to do it in, rather than, getting depressed or just, lying down and just taking it. I thought that was pretty neat. We must evaluate our success and failures, or we'll be gifted with more of the latter. And that's just truth right there. So evaluate where you are and how you got there, what the successes were that drove you to succeed, and what the problems were, the issues were that drove you to fail. Failure is only a failure if we don't learn from it. And we can take a lot of the issues and problems that we face and we can learn from them and become better. And that's kind of the basis of evaluation. This has been our Wisdom Wednesday, and I hope you guys kind of take this to heart and kind of look at your own lives, look at your own status, and see where you can evaluate how you ended up there, whether that be a good thing or something you need to work on. Hope you guys have a great day, and I hope the good Lord blesses you today. Bye.